eBay. We need to talk. There's too much red tape. What is going on, everybody? It is Jamie and welcome to the channel Thrift-Onfire. Today's video is going to be a whole bunch of little things, okay, including order pulling. It wouldn't be an eBay video these days without some order pulling, and we seem to be doing that a lot recently, and that's good because that means things are selling. I also am going to update you on the $700 return from the last video, or actually it's kind of took place over the last few videos anyway. So I've had that bobblehead return come back. I've had to fill out some forms at the end of the video. We're going to touch on that. I'm going to give you a bit of an update on that. Midway through the video, I'm going to talk about a new buy, a $500 media buy. I've actually never seen this media before. It's kind of interesting. It's definitely going to be something you should look for if you're out, garage sale hunting or estate sales, stuff like that. This media is pretty rare and it was only made for a limited amount of time, so you're going to want to see that as well. I also want to touch just a little bit at the end of the last video. I talked about, the postcards up here. I've got one postcard here from Poshmark, which I'm messing it up. I'm hoping you guys want to send me a postcard, okay? It can just say, hey, hello, whatever you want. I'd like to know your reselling goals, maybe how reselling has helped you in your personal life. Whatever you want to tell me, that would be great. I'm trying to collect a postcard from every single province. Link down in the description below is my P.O. box, so you can just send it to my P.O. box. That's the goal, okay? So we're going to try to collect a postcard from every province. If somebody from the U.S. wants to send it, we'll add that in too. We will feature these on the videos as well, so, just something I want to throw in there. Like I said, I mentioned it at the end of the last video. I'll probably mention it over the next month or so to see if we can get some of you guys to participate and send some stuff in. I think it'd be really fun. Anyway, let's start by pulling some orders. We made a jersey sale on eBay, and it's Austin Matthews Fanatics jersey, okay? It's a youth jersey, XL. It's a youth, has a little stain on the shoulder there, and it is not... it's not stitched. It's everything on it is vinyl, okay? I had it listed for $27 USD, accepted I think $24 USD on this one. It's not one of the new tags ones. This one did come from, I bought it from a buddy who goes to the Goodwill bins. I think I paid about $10 for it, so turning 10 into 24 USD. Really quickly, might I add. And that's about what these things sell for. I listed it right around the right price, took an offer, and we got it sold. Sold another hockey jersey on eBay, and this one's a little bit better. Okay, Reebok's Toronto Maple Leafs jersey, Clarkson, number 71. Really nice condition. This came from one of my buddies who it came from the antique boot mall in Tillsonburg, Ontario, essentially. But it is one of my buddies who goes to the Goodwill bins. So I know this came from the bins. I paid about $20 Canadian, and we did get $49.95 USD for this one. I think, which one's Clarkson here? I got a couple jerseys lined up over here, obviously, but it's right there. I like going in there because I know he prices them to sell, and I can flip them for some decent money. So I love going in there, love picking up the jerseys, from the booth, and yeah, I'm going to continue to do that until he prices me out of the market. But let's get this guy out of here. We sold a Toronto Rock jersey on eBay, $65 USD, which is about 94 Canadian. I'll just show you this one. It's really nice. It's a Reebok jersey. I actually had the person reach out to me and say, hey, when are you shipping? And I said the next day, which would be today. Beautiful jersey. I said, you're going to love it. I've picked up other ones. This one is also ProJoy, but this is like the official jersey here. I forget what year this one might be from. But they also said to me, regardless, can I ask you why you're selling it? And I'm just like, well, I buy and sell stuff. Like, I'm not a collector. And they said, okay. If you get any more, do you ever get any more? And I said, yeah, I occasionally do get some Toronto Rock jerseys. I'm in the right area, and some other lacrosse jerseys. And they said, okay, great. I'll watch your store. If you happen to think about me, send me any ones you get, and I would purchase them. They seem like they thought this was a really good deal. I think that's what these typically sell for. Maybe I underdid it a little bit, but still really happy to get what winds up being about $94 Canadian on this jersey, which by the way was from the $800 clothing buy. Sold a hockey card on eBay, and this is a 2020 Upper Deck Jason Robinson overtime rookie auto card. We got $45 USD. It obviously came from the $4,000 sports card buy, and we're still selling stuff from that, so that's a good sign. This one, yeah, nice condition, nice little autograph there as well, and we're gonna get him out of here. Another eBay sale, and this was actually bought when I picked up the hockey pucks and baseballs. You know, it's the same guy I got the $4,000 sports card by, but it was the first buy from him, and I bought a few autographed jerseys with C of A's. Okay, so let's take a look at this one that just sold. It's Clark Gillies, Hall of Fame, New York Rangers. This has got a frozen pond. Okay, signature. It is brand new Adidas with tags as well. So I really, if I'm gonna be truthfully honest, I don't really know who this guy is. I'm sure somebody out there is like, what do you mean you don't know? But I just don't know. I did look it up when I got the jersey. You know, some of those jerseys, they're all in here. They're in boxes, okay? I might even toss this one in a box too, but there's everything. This is the C of A here. We'll flip it over. There's the autograph. It's a really nice jersey, $190. I think I paid, I'd have to go back and watch the video actually. I think I paid around $50 a jersey. I could have paid up a little bit more than that. Even if I paid up a little bit more than that, I still think we're doing pretty good selling it for $180 USD. Let's get this guy out of here. Sold a couple more hockey cards, and we're just gonna pull them at the same time here, okay? I'm just looking at the price right now. Nick Anthropoth, which should be this guy right here. Looks like it sold for, just make sure I'm looking at the right one, $8.99 USD. This came from the Centennial card set. And then the other one here is John Anderson. This one sold for a little bit more, I think $11 USD on this guy. Same set, different buyers. I just thought we'd pull them together. Let's get them out of here. Moving on over to Depop. We sold this Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween t-shirt, 2006. I actually bought this for myself, wore it to Disney 2 times, paid about $20 Canadian for it. I think it was actually in one of my garage sale videos on a rainy day video where I wound up doing a private pickup, and this was something I got. I paid 20 Canadian, held on to it for a couple of years, sold it for $20 USD. I'm not making a huge profit, but I'm certainly, you know, I've worn it a few times. I'm happy with it. It took a while to sell. Actually, I think I also might have showed this on a live stream on Instagram. Halloween show I did with some friends. Yeah, regardless, this one here, oh, I had it in my booth as well. Let's see what it had. I had it for $30 in my booth. So yeah, not too far off. $20 USD on this one. Let's get it out of here. Moving on over to Poshmark.com. $80 for this New York Rangers mascot jersey. Okay, it's a vintage. It's definitely, I'll just show it to you here. $80 USD. I'm trying to think where I got this one. I think from one of my Goodwill Bins buddies. Probably paid $15, $20 Canadian for this one. Tag right there. You know, that is honestly just a guess. A couple loose threads there. I might actually just cut the loose threads before I ship this one out, so I don't get any more, you know, issues. But it is an old jersey, no name on the back. Obviously, a suggested player with the number there, but a really nice vintage jersey going out for $80 USD on Poshmark. Another jersey sale on Poshmark.com. JS Jaguar, John Sebastian Jaguar, I guess, technically. $50 USD for this guy. This did come from the antique booth in Tillsonburg, Ontario. Same guy that goes to the, another guy actually that goes to the bins and puts jerseys there. You know, about 20 bucks I paid for this one, I believe. Maybe 25 at the most, but regardless, flipping it into $50 USD very quickly, all within about a week. Let's get it out of here. All right, so first off, the lighting in this room is not the best, so I apologize, but here are these video discs, okay? There's a couple hundred of them, everything ranging from the Karate Kid to the Beatles. Let's just do a random, the Visitor, you know, some of them have pen on them, some of them have Sharpie on them. They all need to be cleaned up. I do have a video player. It's over there in that corner. Just ignore the mess. And my exercise bike, which I don't use, unfortunately. But in that box, we do have a player, which is good. That means we can test out all these before we sell them. I don't know. I've got stuff in there. I know, like the Goonies, that was like very valuable. There's the odd one that's super valuable. Some of them aren't worth much. I'm going to go through them, set like a value of something like $15 or more USD. They maybe will get listed online. Less than that, they may go to a local auction or maybe even my antique booth for $5 or $10 before I do that. I don't know, but I got a lot of them, okay? I paid $500 for all of these. The player, which I'll try to take a photo of it when I get it set up in my spare room upstairs. I'm going to set up a little testing station because I'm going to be working through these for the next little bit. And it also got a metal stand. It's just like, it looks like, you know, a metal rack that would have, that you could flip records, put records and flip through them on like that. It's disassembled and actually in the loft in my shed at the moment. That's probably pretty valuable all by itself. So 500 bucks for all of this stuff, pretty decent. I don't think I'm gonna lose money. It is gonna be a lot of work. I'll have to figure out how much I have to clean these up to make them, you know, sellable, and whether I'm gonna deal with some of the writing and stuff on them, but I'll figure all that out. And you guys see them now sell on the channel. Fingers crossed you'll see them sell on the channel, but that is the goal. So let's talk about the return, okay? So some of this might be a repeat for some of you guys. If you watch the A-to-Z Reseller podcast, I talked a little bit about eBay sending me a form for this return, okay? This is a $700 bobbleheads. It's like $4.99 or about $500 US, about $700 Canadian, if I can spit it out of my mouth today. Yeah, so they basically, you know, closed the case in the buyer's favor because I hadn't received the bobbleheads back, inspected them, but when I did get them back, they were damaged, and that's what the last video was about, okay? They made me fill out this form and send it in with photos and as much information as I could. And basically what they said was they want me to do like an insurance claim, okay? Because they feel like it could have been just damaged in shipping and it had nothing to do with the buyer, nothing to do with me. You know, I wasn't really happy about that. So I wound up calling eBay back again. So the way they kind of left it was, we're not going to help you out. Your seller protection basically isn't going to cover you here. And I'm like, it seems so unfair. I wasn't even given the option to refund, because if I was, I could have gave a partial refund, kept some of the money, kept the bobbleheads, and that would have been that, okay? So I did get somebody on the phone on Saturday, and they're actually going to do something for me that's very nice. I haven't received an email yet for confirmation that this is all going to go through, but somebody in the back office has to look at this case, and what they're going to do is offer me a 40% refund of my portion of it, so about $250, $280, somewhere in there. They couldn't give me an exact number. That's USD. So they're going to give me that back, and then I'm able to sell this and do whatever I want with it. I can't sell it as new. I could sell individual bobbleheads. So instead of just getting nothing back, I'm going to get about 40% of the money back. That's the way she made it sound. She's like, I can't see why they would turn this down, but it has nothing to do with the eBay manual system. It has to go through the back office, and it will be done that way. I still have to receive an email saying this is what they're going to be doing. She told me, this was yesterday, she had told me it would take 5 to 7 business days for this to all go through, but I should receive an email back from eBay saying that everything was approved soon, hopefully the beginning of the week here. So maybe even by the time this video comes out, maybe I'll already have that information, and that would be great too. So yeah, it looks like I might get some money back, but eBay did not cover me on this one, even though everybody at eBay, when I talked to them on the phone, said, hey, eBay's going to have your back, don't worry about it. In this case, they didn't, but they're potentially going to save face by having my back in the long run by potentially giving me, you know, a partial refund, which I would have been entitled to anyway if I was able to refund the buyer. But as of day 10, when they could step in, eBay just went ahead and refunded the buyer, and I didn't have the choice to give a partial refund, which I would have if I was in control of the refund, okay? So they're really basically just kind of going back and letting what should have happened happen, but they have to do it through a different process. eBay, we need to talk. There's too much red tape, okay? Like, when something is just wrong and you can see it's wrong, and almost everybody you talk to, it says, yeah, this isn't right, but because of eBay's policy or the way they have things set up, buyers can get around, you know, some of these things. And I'm not ever saying that this buyer purposely tried to like rip me off in any way, but they did throw this in a big open loose box with no bubble wrap, returned it for a silly reason. Grandson didn't want it, has a crack down the front. I'm just left here, you know, with a bad taste in my mouth. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love eBay. It's where I make the majority of my money. But, you know, some of this stuff could be fixed. And I think if there was more of a human element to some of the things that eBay does, you know, things would be a lot smoother. I think common sense would prevail in most cases. This happens to be one of those things where policy makes it too hard to like support the buyer or the seller. So they just draw a line in the middle and say, hey, go through insurance. That was what they told me. And then, you know, when I actually got down to the nuts and bolts of it, obviously we figured, or hopefully figured something out. Anyway, if you guys do like videos like this one, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing for more content. And we'll see you guys soon.